Liahona began in 1998, and it has proven to be an interesting mission for Brother DeGraff and I. It's something that we believe passionately about. We think parents ought to be involved in the education of their children, that we have a role in edifying them in such that the principles and doctrines of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints are included in their education.
One of our major objectives always has been to make Liahona a safe place where you can come here, you're not going to get bullied, you're not going to get picked on. If you're different, that's fine. You just be who you are. I don't care how good the curriculum is, I don't care how good the teachers are. If a student doesn't feel safe here, they're not going to learn.
Liahona is a very special school. It's very unique, unlike many of the other schools around here, because it does incorporate the gospel into learning.
I remember Brother DeGraff saying, "You're going to grow up and you're not going to remember the things that I taught you." And I remember that we would all say, "Yes, we will, yes, we will." And he'd say, "No, you won't, no, you won't. But you're going to remember how it made you feel." And I still remember that. I would say about my education at Liahona that it changed my life, and it changed the way I parent my children, and it changed how I felt about myself as a teenager. It changed the way I dated and I looked for a spouse, and that's what I would say, that Liahona changed my life.
I remember when the kids started, I was surprised around the dinner table that we were having discussions about history, and the kids were actually rattling off their opinions about not only the content, but the history, and that my son was taking political positions.
The atmosphere that creates the flexibility, but also the tools and the resources that we are given at this school make it possible for me to feel like I am helping to customize and individualize the learning process for each one of my children in a manner that makes me feel confident that they're getting exactly what they need.
So if you want an experience where you are involved, you make decisions with the school, Liahona is an excellent option.
I love teaching the junior class at Liahona for many, many reasons. I love inviting the Spirit. I love the fact that I can share my testimony regularly. We wrote a book at the beginning of this year that's called I'm a Mormon Kid. It has been accepted into the iBook store, and we've listed it for free, of course, because we want everybody to read it, everyone to share it with their friends, non-members, family.
These are such critical years, the elementary years. This is really where they have the foundation for their future. They learn and appreciate themselves and have confidence to tackle any subject or any problem that they may encounter.
Our students have to be ready. They have to have the information here, but they have to have the feeling here. So when they go out in the world, they can use what they're learning here. We need passionate students. We need a passionate generation that cares, a generation that understands what they're up against, a generation that cares about their church, and their family, and their country. If we can do that and teach them one more thing, that's how to think for themselves, not to be the flock of sheep, but think for themselves, make decisions for themselves based on what they've been taught, then we've been successful.